But I did want to ask, because I got into a bit of a spirited discussion with Lou DiBella about 3 or so weeks ago on my program regarding the 3-minute rounds. And I asked him, like, why are you so, I mean, this is another guy on Twitter, with all due respect to Lou, very critical of this fight and of a lot of Jake Paul comings and goings. But in this particular case, he's talking about the 3-minute rounds and he's getting fired up. And obviously I know about the history with Amanda Serrano. I know about the history with Shanika Johnson. And I don't know if it's coming from a place of, personal business dealings or if he truly feels this way. Did you happen to see the stuff that he said regarding the 3 minutes, saying that it's virtue signaling, basically saying that he called it a civil rights movement and said it was all nonsense, that women shouldn't be fighting 3-minute rounds?
So on Amanda, I can understand the frustration of, working with her for so many years and never being able to accomplish what we accomplished with her in a short amount of time. On Shanika Johnson, Lou DiBella still has a financial interest in her. And in terms of 3-minute rounds, I'm a big proponent for choice, right? It's not a civil rights activity, but I'm also a big proponent of creating great, compelling product. And the whole idea of 3-minute rounds is to allow the women to operate like the men do by not feeling rushed and allowing them to set up their shots and have more conclusive outcomes in the product. And it's up to a fighter to have that choice. If a female fighter against a fellow female fighter, two both same females, want to fight 3-minute rounds, as they do in the amateurs. Amateur boxing is 3-minute rounds. There should be nothing limiting them from doing so. I learned a lot of great things at the UFC from Lorenzo Fertitta, and one of them was, him pushing to have women's MMA. And when we brought in women's MMA, it was a true meritocracy. And every single female fighter had the same opportunity as the men. And then that went all the way to the rules, to the gloves, to the rounds. And that's what we want to make sure exists for women's boxing. And there are women who say, I prefer the 2-minute rounds. And we wholeheartedly support that at all times. But our passion and drive for it is to allow for choice, equality, and a better product. But if the belief is it's more dangerous, yes, every sport is more dangerous the longer you play it. And if we're really looking for safety for the sport, then there should be a push to make men's fights 10 2-minute rounds as well, because that will certainly reduce the amount of injuries that occur within men's boxing.